Ladies and gentlemen, after 13 fucking years, I give you a new Tool album. Reset the clock, everybody, because, we now have a new Tool album after over 10 years, guys. We never thought this would happen. It was just like, waiting for... I don't know, I got nothing. The joke got away from me. So, Tool, Fear, Inoculum. I'm actually having really a lot of fun doing these album reviews. I mean, the first one I did a while back was Ice Nine Kills. Then I came back to do Sabaton, The Great War. And then I did Slipknot, We Are Not Your Kind, which a lot of you guys liked. A lot of you guys did like the Slipknot, We Are Not Your Kind review. And that got me really interested in doing the review for Fear Inoculum, because I absolutely freaking love Tool, and it also recently came to my attention that we are getting a deluxe edition of the Silver Scream from Ice Nine Kills this October, and it's actually going to feature 2 new tracks, one of them being a cover of Michael Jackson's Thriller, as well as a song about Scream, the movie Scream, which I'm surprised, by the way, that wasn't on the initial track to begin with, because that's Spencer Kranos's one of his favorite movies, so I'm surprised that didn't make the cut in the quote-unquote, not to make a pun, but cut of the first round of the album. But now it's on the deluxe edition. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let's dive into Tool, Fear Inoculum. This is a big album, and I imagine a lot of you guys would expect nothing less from Tool. It's all around the number 7, and it really does connect with that. It really does have, of course, not just 7 tracks that equal amount to 80 minutes long. So this is a good album to, just kind of zone out to. I mean, again, you could do that with a lot of Tool's albums, but really, this is the one that really feels like you could just zone out to this album in particular and just kind of let go in that feeling. You can just let go and just slip away into the music from Adam Jones and Maynard James Keenan's vocals, who I will say, if there's any negative on this album, I will say, and it's not even a negative. I will say that it's not a negative. This is a really damn good album. I think it was worth the wait. But having said, I feel like Maynard's voice is a little worn. I don't know. He plays I don't know. Maybe just me, but he plays a little too safe in some places. You don't really get that kind of enema or undertow kind of viciousness that Maynard had in those albums. But having said that, though, he still got it. I'm just saying. But again, like I said, age will do that to you. So that's not a diss on Maynard. I think he's really good in here. I feel like, but I will say that there were some moments in here that I feel like Maynard could have gone with a little more viciousness to it. But that's minor, and I understand. Maynard's not as young as he used to be, so I fully embrace that. I really, I embrace the fact that Maynard is not as young, that old grade Maynard ain't what he used to be, so I was dying to use that Simpson joke in some capacity, and I'm glad I did. Anywho, so Fear Inoculum, the first track on here, it was the first track we were all introduced to, and it's a 10-minute just trip in here. I will say, and this is another thing, that I do feel while Tool albums, Tool songs are known to be lengthy, I will say that I do feel like some of the moments in here do kind of overindulge themselves, but not to a ridiculous excess. I will say that there is no, it really overindulges itself in any shape or form. I will say, in that regard, it does kind of overindulge, but not to, a ridiculous amount. Every solo in here from Adam Jones and the rest of the band on here feels like it's a purposeful amount of music in here. It feels very much like everything belongs, but at the same time, it goes on a little too long. I feel like there could have been some moments in here that were shaved down, if that makes any sense for this album review. I would say that there is not a bad track on here. And like as always, there is no such thing as a bad Tool album. Let me state that, let me state the obvious. There's no such thing as a bad Tool album. But, and I'm not saying this is overwhelming or anything. I'm just saying that I just feel like, some of the songs kind of go at excess and probably longer than they should have been. But that's not to say it's a bad thing. Like, again, 7 tracks, 80 minutes long. There are some points in here where you could really zone out, and just let the music take you away. Especially the final track, Tempest, which I really enjoyed. I love the hell out of Tempest as well as Invincible. I would say my 3 favorite tracks out of the 7 on here are Fear Inoculum, Invincible, and Tempest, or Sempest, or however you want to say that fucking title of the song. Anyway, so that's kind of really it. Like, there's not much else I can really say other than this is a nice little return to form for Tool. Tiny little nitpicks here and there, but that does not detract the fact that Tool came back with a fucking vengeance and made a just banger of an album, just to really show, hey, you waited 13 years. 13 years is like fine. It's aged like fine wine. That's how you really look at Tool. You got to look at Tool like that in the sense of, hey, it's like fine wine. It gets better with age, really. And Fear Inoculum is a perfect example of fine wine being aged, essentially. So, anyway. There's my review for Tool. If you Tool Fear Inoculum. If you guys are a Tool, I'm tongue-tied here. If you guys are a fan of Tool, I don't know what you're still doing here listening to me talk. Go get this album now! Because we've waited, us Tool fans have waited 13 fucking years for it. Go get it! Go get it now. I'm gonna have to give some thought onto where I'm gonna give this album a few more plays through. I will say that I'm gonna give it a few more plays through. Even though I said there's no such thing as a bad Tool album, there are no bad Tool albums, I will say that, I'm wondering where this is gonna be in my ranking. Because, Enema is my favorite, album from Tool. But, and not to say, like, that they're not all, like, Enema's great, fuck the rest. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that, in terms of ranking, like, Enema is usually the album I go to first when I want to listen to Tool. That's my personal favorite. But I'm going to give this a few more listens to see where this stands in terms of the album ranking for the band. But let me stress again, there's no such thing as a bad Tool album. It's just like, which album am I going to listen to more? And where is Fear Inoculum going to be in that ranking? That's what I'm trying to say. So, like I said, I think this was worth the wait. I totally believe this was 100% worth waiting for this album and everything else in between. The other thing is that... I really want to see these guys. This is a band I really want to see live in concert. This is one of the few bands I have yet to see live in concert, and I really want to mark it off the bucket list. I've seen Slipknot live, and I still need to see Ice Nine Kills live. So 2 of my 3 favorite bands are still on my to-do list. So yeah. Anyway, at this point, I'm rambling, so you guys tell me in the comments below if you've listened to Tool Fear Inoculum. What did you guys think of it? Did you guys like it, hate it? And are you guys excited for more Tool? And do you think we'll get another album in the near future? Hopefully not by like 2033 or some shit. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later.